Okay, so we are going to work on our second chakra. And that involves creativity, pleasure, abundance. When we are blocked in that area, we have a lack of confidence. You feel like you're not worthy. You feel stuck because you're losing your creativity. Your sexual energy is off. That could be you don't feel like you have an emotional attachment to sex, or you feel like it's awful or there's something wrong with it. You don't feel the pleasure in it. You're losing your pleasure in the moment, right? You feel distracted. So we want to make sure that our chakra is in complete alignment by knowing that your sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies. It's almost as powerful as your heart, right? Because your heart is a beating moment of love, but your heart goes and does so much with your mind, right? There's that really great connection there. Your sexual energy is also at that level because you can give birth, but there's on different levels, it is going to change who you are when you're in tune with your sexual energy. It is like being in your genius zone at all times, because that energy with your heart and your mind, when everything is in a complete flow, it really does elevate who you are. And you don't live in fear. You're more in the abundance and the connection of who you want to be, because you're fully aligned with your power. Your sexual energy is connected to your heart energy, is connected to your mind, which is your spiritual intuitive side, right? Your mind sits on the top crown of your head. So to get started, we are just going to learn how to do the left side nostril breathing, and that turns on the energy inside of your second chakra. Okay, so we want to focus in on orange. Maybe I should get a thing up for you, color really fast so we can see this. Let me just share my screen really fast for everyone. And then we're going to focus in on this. All right, let's see. I want you to, which one? This one? Okay, yes. All right, so I think, all right, so you should see this orange symbol right here. And in this orange symbol, I want you to just focus in on the colors, focus in on like the pent-up power, and imagine the energy coming up. What we're going to do is take your two fingers on your right hand. We're going to stick them on the outside of your right nostril. Want your feet flat, and I want you to stay centered. You can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. But what you're going to do is inhale through your left nostril and then exhale through your left nostril. We're going to do that 8 to 10 times. So that's what I want you to focus in on. I want you to just close your eyes for the first couple breaths, and then I want you to open your eyes and look at the orange like it's a core being, and I want you to place that vision of what you have in below your belly button. So once you close your eyes for a couple breaths, open your eyes, look at the symbol for a couple breaths, and then close your eyes again, and then bring that color into your body. Like, feel the energy of that color and feel it starting to radiate below your belly button, right in your sacral chakra. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow you to start releasing and letting go and calming your body. We want to get your body calm. We want to get it open to receive what we're going to do today. Okay? So inhale, I want you to count your inhale, and I want you to exhale, and I want you to count out the numbers as you're focusing in on the color that has been presented to you, I want you to inhale and exhale. Keep focusing in on your breath. And this is a left nostril breathing. And what that's going to do is just allow you to connect to your higher self. We want to just magnetize that. You just take a couple more breaths, okay? Should be almost done. And I want you to focus back in on the color. Bring that code into your second chakra, and just feel it releasing and settling into your body. So what we're doing is being aware of where we need to heal and bringing that energy into our body. Okay, so I am going to unshare this and go back. Awesome. So you should have been just in your breath, in your breathing, and this is just going to keep you at the place that we need to be at right now so that we can go forward and going into our clearing and understanding what we want to release. So everyone should be okay. You can just type in the chat box, I'm there, so I can read everything that you're doing. And I want you to just make sure that you feel good and you feel calm and you feel open. So what we're going to start with is releasing. Okay, so what happens is we forget that we always want to do something better, or we want to feel a certain way in our life, or we want to move a certain way and create things in our life. But then we feel like, well, how do we do this? Well, what's the next step? We have these confusions. And when we are open and our chakras are aligned and we're more aware, what happens moving forward is that you know exactly what to do next, right? You know exactly how to show up next. You know exactly the next move or the next opportunity. You can feel it, you can see it. You're in that power, you're in laser focus, and you're in complete control of what will be happening, what you will be doing, and what you will be creating. So being in control means that you're saying yes to yourself and you are not giving up on what you want, right? You're putting all your energy into this. So we want to make sure that you are releasing something so something new can come in. So right now, you for yourself in your mind, maybe something that happened when you were young, and maybe sometimes it flashes up into your life right now. So it can be as easy as a situation. It can be something that happened when you were a childhood, or when you were at your first boyfriend, or when you were first start dating. Just any situation that has been coming up, or you feeling like it's pulling you towards the situation again, or you feel like you just haven't fully let go. This is what I want you to think about. And we are going to release the situation. So by releasing the situation, you're making room so that we can do this new, I'm going to call it intentions, that you set aside for yourself every day so that you can build more frequency and more energy in your second chakra. So sexual energy can be just you finding pleasure, feeling connected with your body again, feeling sexy again, feeling on all dimensions this love, this abundance, this amazing attraction or magnetic charm that is around you. And that's what it starts to create with every single breath. You can feel it, and you can feel it in your body. It's like someone touches you and you feel like, ooh, like kind of excited. That's exactly what it feels like when you're in tune with your second chakra, when you give yourself permission to say yes to that. Does anyone have any questions? So what I want you to do right now, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Just tell me or tell yourself what you want to let go of. It could be something that nobody knows about but you, and that's fine. So keep it to yourself, but say to yourself, I am releasing. And I want you to say that situation. So it's just letting go, right? And that's it. We're just going to let it go and just see it kind of release. Just when you say that, feel it cutting any cords that is still holding on to you, and just feel like you're throwing it out into the ocean, and just watch it with the waves go far, far away from you, right? So we are making just a conscious decision to let it go. We don't want to dwell in that situation. We don't want to fester and bring up and question what happened or why it happened or what. It was a part of who we are, but it is not a part of who we are anymore. So just letting it go, right? Just releasing it. And it is that simple. Yes, so Maureen, it definitely does work for that. You can release it. And I think what happens with a lot of people, we forget that situations in our life are coming up because we are not fully in our power. When we start to turn back on our chakras and really get engaged again with certain ones that are blocked, like I have some issues too with my second chakra, so this is always good for me to tap in. I'm very intuitive. I'm very aligned up here, and down there, sometimes I feel like I'm off, so I'll have to do work around that. But when I feel like I'm aligned in all of them, I could see instantly days where I feel like I've lost a ton of weight and I didn't really do anything. But our body starts to, get that frequency, and we instantly start to be in our power, and we see these results show up so fast. It can be like you thinking of something or someone, and then they calling you or they texting you or they're private message you, or you something that you really want, somebody introduces you to that person. So very important to understand that where you are right now is maybe the situation is holding you, kind of holding you at a point where you're not fully in who you're supposed to be in this life. So these situations show up, like weight loss, or not having enough creativity to take action and having enough confidence, or not feeling the sexual pleasure that you need in your life to get you to that next level of that complete alignment with every breath, right? So we're just going to release it. So just state that command if you didn't do it already. I am releasing, and just say what you're releasing, right? It is that simple. We're just going to let it go. And what we are going to tune into is what you want to feel. So if you want to grab a pen or pencil, or you want to just do this in your head, that's fine. Or you want to write it in the chat box, whatever you want to do. But we're going to start our next sentence with I feel. So it could be, I feel love in all of my dimensional lifetimes. I feel creative in the 21st century. I feel my sexual pleasure rising with every motion and every breath I take. I feel abundance from my soul level to the person I need to be right now. So I want you to just figure out 5 unique sentences that you really need to tune into, that you're going to set an intention for. So we're going to take actions around these. So by you saying, I feel, maybe for you, you need more abundance. Maybe you need more creativity. Maybe you need to feel more love for yourself. So figure out which one you're really going to need to tune into, okay? And start them with I feel. Write down 5 sentences. And we're just going to go really simple so that you are getting the engagement that you need to do these intentions every single day. We want to make it very simple so that you, let me do it like this, so that you are fully in tune with who you are. I need to move this a little bit. Okay. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to play around and try to get myself in the middle. All right. So all right there. All right. Okay, good. There we go. Awesome. So let me know if you got your 5 sentences down. And I want you to think, I want you to know exactly what first comes up. So it just needs to be what you feel is coming to your heart, okay? So that is going to be something that has been bothering you lately, and you felt like, I just need a little bit more help, and you're really knowing that this was an issue. So by you knowing this is an issue, you will understand exactly what you need to write down. So we just want to write down those 5 really quick. Go ahead, take your time. And we will just give ourselves some time and we're going to repeat them. Okay. So it can be, I feel love with every breath, right? That's simple. Think of the color, the orange that we tuned into, and then really go deeper into what you need to feel around that color. All right. And then we'll do some testing on our left hand to see if our energy is feeling a little bit off, or we are not listening to the intuitive voice that comes to us, if we're not in tune to who we want to be in our highest version of ourselves. Very, very important. All right, so you got them. All right, Leanne has them. All right, so Maureen, are you good with yours? Just let me know if you're good. Awesome. And you want to make sure that you are fully aware, because we did our breathing. Our breathing opens up that second chakra. So what you need to do in the morning, connect to that breathing, and then we're going to be saying our 5 statements. And what this is setting an intention. And an intention is really different than a goal. A goal, you put a timeline on. I want to get this done at a certain time, and that's fine. Intentions means you are in growth. You should be growing every single day. So when you're setting an intention, you are fully aware that these are the steps you're going to take, and you're not shaming yourself, okay, about, I didn't get this done. Oh my God, this is another thing I didn't get done. You're setting an intention, and your intention is for growth. And you know you are capable, and you know you are ready, and you're giving yourself time, but you are moving fully into that time. Right? We're just going to move fully into this time, and we're going to breathe in, and we're going to know that this is going to be exactly what it needs to be at this time that it needs to be, right? So we're open to receive it. We don't want to cap it off. We want to be open to receive. Okay, so everyone has theirs. Okay, so I want you just to read them to yourself. if there's someone in the house or you don't want to like read them out loud, then read them through your head. Close your eyes. Think of the orange that we were focused on before. I will be closing my eyes. I will be sending you the clarity and the focus that you need right now to center your breath. And I want you to say your 5 statements with integrity, with confidence, and with the right energy and frequency you need to step into your fullest power. Okay? So while you're saying them, believe that these are going to show up for you. They're going to show up for you, and they're going to be a part of your next chapter. You want to get into the emotional state of mind of, I feel this. I feel this. Put the emotion behind it. Okay, so I want you to just read the 5 to yourself, and I will give you a couple minutes. Good job. All right, so that should be plenty of time for you to feel them. And so this whole session we're doing is working on this second chakra. Now, by me doing yoga over the years and me being um, really in tune to my energy and a lot of other people's energy, and putting people in a place of calmness and ease with every breath. It is about you being fully aware. So the second chakra, there's a chant or there is a vibration because you want to elevate that vibration in your body. It's VAM, VUM. So you can see, and when you say VUM, you can feel it through your body. So remember, your throat chakra is your voice. It is your connection to the world. When you are lacking in your voice, it stops a lot of your other flow also. So by being and saying a vibration and saying the right word that is going to open up that chakra really does help, because we're pulling the vibration into our body. So I'll make sure everyone has a little guideline or sheet of what we've done today so that you can come back to either this recording or also the sheet and really, tune into it every day. It could be as easy as 5 minutes a day, right? Let's not think that our life can't shift within 5 minutes a day, because it definitely can. So if we have any questions, we will definitely let me know. I'm checking the chat. Awesome. So I want you to just say that a couple times. It's VAM, VOM. And you can feel that vibration through your body. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to radiate and bring that frequency into your breath, into your body, into your awareness, right? So how this vibrational energy works is, when we were younger, remember, you used to tune into your radio station. There was a favorite song, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I got to move the antenna this way. I got to just really get really, really clear and really focused in so that I can find out what song that listens to that song. That's the same thing that happens in our life and our mind. We have so many thoughts, and most of our thoughts are negative. Most of our thoughts are not in tune to what we want. Most of our thoughts are into our lack, or into us not understanding who we can be and doubting everything that we do. So our vibration is so low that we have not gotten it over the 500 I guess it's the 500, it's kind of like a credit score over that 500 limit so that everything starts to flow into our life. We are at a lower vibration because our thoughts are so low. So when you tune in and you're crystal clear on what you want, meaning the vibration, meaning opening up certain areas of your life, be your second chakra, which deals with wealth, it deals with abundance, it deals with creativity. And creativity, when you're more creative on what you need to do, you'll take more action, you make more money, you feel more worth, self-worth, and you love yourself more, you're into that self-care more. So this is a really vital part in the wheel, right? Because once you start lining them all up, they obviously flow together. So you want to make sure that you are understanding how to tune into the second chakra and clean up that negative bind that you have there, cut the cords so that you can be open to receive. We have this static going on in our life where we're like, I'm not sure if I really want that, because when you start to see the actions come up and you start to see your reality change, you kind of pull back and that holds you back. Okay, so good, Leanne. Awesome. So that is an amazing way to just creating that. And what that sound does, it radiates through your body. And we want to wake up your emotional frequency. We want to wake up the thing that makes us feel alive again and stop. And mostly what's happening nowadays is we're in this kind of like coma state of mind where we are just living life, but not really aware and being happy on our choices. We're just getting through our day. And so we want to be truly conscious of what's going on. And I'll tell you an example of when someone asked you something very pertinent to your life. Like, what do you want to do at the end of the year? What's your big accomplishment this year? What is something that you really want to bring and create in your business, in your life? And your first instinct is kind of like, well, who wants to listen to me? Or I'm not worth that. Or I don't even know how or what I'm supposed to be telling them because I'm not sure if I can even do this. So your first initial thought on an answer, what that's doing is that's letting you know exactly where your mindset is, exactly where your energy is. When you start listening and you're like, is that me talking or is that someone else? It's usually your highest version of yourself, your conscious being telling you what you're thinking is really who you are, right? So we need to make that connection. You need to be super aware of when someone asks you something and you don't answer with your mouth, but your mind answers first. What is it saying? What are you answering in your mind? That is who you really are. That is where you need to realize, and what you need to change is in that frequency there, right? Because then what happens is you hear something, but you speak something totally different than what you hear. So we're making that an inner conflict. It's like my mind saying, I can't do this, but I know I really want to do this, but I'm speaking, I want to do this. So you need to change the way you're thinking and make that connect to your voice and to your actions. Okay, awesome. Good, Maureen. Yes, awesome. So that VAM, the sound of that is something that opens up all of your channels and goes down there and really wakes you up, which is awesome. I'm super excited because that is something we want to deal with for our self-care and everything. By tuning into our vibration and saying that, it will start to, you'll see changes in your life. You'll see the openness. You'll see your start you'll get a thought of creativity when you're like, well, what do I need to do next in my business? What do I need to do next for me and my life to make me feel amazing? You'll get a thought, or you'll get someone that will come into your life and give you exactly what you need at that moment to change you completely, and you'll be open to receive it. So that's what we want to do, is tune into our emotional state of mind, our emotional body. So I want to make sure that I'm not throwing too much at you. How's everyone feeling right now? Thank you, Maureen. I'm so excited. I'm glad. I mean, a lot of people, other people said they were coming, but I'm so excited that you showed up because I've been thinking about this for a while, and this chakra really gives me a hard time too. So I'm so excited to do this with everyone. And I will make a checklist after and just make sure everybody is in tuned with this. So we got the two main things done. I'm going to give you one little simple thing you can do after, which is so powerful. You're just going to be able to sit on the floor. I'm just going to show you from where I'm sitting right now. So I just kind of put my hands on my knees. I kind of put my feet together, and you're just going to roll your hips around. I guess you can kind of see that. Let me just go down a little bit. You're just going to roll your hips around like that while you're sitting on the floor, and then you're going to say the boom, the bum, right? You're going to say that while you're doing it, and then you rotate the opposite sides. You can even do this in your bed. You can even do this in the morning when you get up. And what we're doing is just stirring our energy down there, okay? Which is really an awesome exercise. Okay, so it's just a motion of your hips, right? We just want to pull that energy going through our hips. And what that does, and we forget that our body is so magnificent. We just command it to do these mundane things like get up, go to work, do this, fold your clothes and do that. But we don't get excited about life. So we want to get excited. And by moving your hips, it's almost like a dancing. It's just the point of being excited. We want to get into our inner child. So right now we're going to tap into that inner child. And your inner child has always been inside of you. And sometimes most people still live by their inner child. They just don't realize their inner child is the one that's like in control of their life. So what your inner child is looking for from you as being in that adult is for you to really keep that bond. Just because you're an adult does not mean you have to lose your feeling of being a child again. You lose your feeling of complete and utter youth, that feeling of you have nothing stopping you. There is no obstacle in this world. There's no objection that is going to be in my way for me to feel the most incredible feeling and with every single breath, right? So tuning into your inner child is one of the most powerful things that we can do when we hit adults. Because if you remember when you were younger, let's go back to when we were younger, and there was always something that you did that no matter what, you always said, when you grow up, what were you going to be? And you had this mind of just like, I'm going to do this and no one's going to stop me. You had this feeling. And when you were younger, maybe someone said to you, that's not feasible. You shouldn't do that. Stop dreaming, right? And so they're kind of what they've done is kind of put their opinions into your blueprint or into your dreams. And as you grew up, you kept getting this mountain and mountain of how you're supposed to live your life, what's supposed to show up, and what you're supposed to do to be successful or be blah, blah, blah. But the world is changing. Right? And if you can relate now, you can see more people talking about energy, more people talking about spirituality, and more people talking about you being fully in your power. And so what I like to do and how I like to create this magic for people is for you to turn on your own switch. I'm not telling you have to do it this way. I'm just saying, let's figure out what your inner child needs, what you need as a person, what makes you feel like that inner child, like that little child you were that said yes to life. Where can we get to? How can we get back to that? I think someone posted something. Okay, so Leanne said, so when I feel down and want to be depressed about being an adult. Okay, good. Yes, so let's get it out of your funk. And let's see, Maureen said. Okay, awesome. Great. I'm so glad. So both of you ladies are in an amazing experience in your life with where you are and where you want to shift to. which is incredible because you've seen so much, you have so much experience, and you want to remember that. And this is what we forget. How can we feel that lifetime experience we had and really get our message out there? What will it take for us to fully be in our power? And those are the questions that I want you to just really think about when you're going to bed at night. What will it take for us to fully be in our power and turn on this switch and turn on this inner child? So your inner child can be as simple as you jumping in with both feet, going dancing, taking a dancing lesson, right? Doing something that's going to shake your body up, and and that's my son. Hold on one second. He is like totally bothering me on my phone. And like shake your body up, right? Because dancing, moving, jumping up and down, just sometimes doing jumping jacks is incredible. And we forget that our emotional being can get stagnant, or we like to say our physical being, right? Our emotional being attaches to your physical being. So you could feel stress in your shoulders, you can feel stress in your hips, you can feel stress in certain parts of your body. I am so in tune. If I get one little twink in my body, I instantly know and I work it out. I like my body to be completely aware and open to receive. When you get tightness and stiffness in your body, it's hard for you to receive because you're feeling and thinking about that agony in your body, right? And we don't want to do that. We want to feel like our body is open to receive, and that we are light, and that we are ready, and that we are open. So we want to get our mindset around there, right? I love feeling this way. I love creating. So we want to be starting our sentences with I feel, I love, right? And just really tune into that inner child. So for you, the work around your inner child is that simple of thinking about when you were little, creating that little magic pocket of what really turned you on and where your soul was born for, right? Because our soul has a blueprint that we are here to accomplish in life. And sometimes we flush, or we let our blueprints like sit on the back burner because we're not ready. We're just not sure if we're ready. So we're always like, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, hold on, not yet. And so what that's doing is it's making it harder and harder for our voice to be heard, our inner voice, our intuitive self, so that we can take the action we need, because we've been stuffing out that flame, or we've been shutting down our fire for so many years. So you've had so much experience, and it's calling for you for a reason, because it's saying, well, when is the time? When is the time going to be when you are going to fully say yes, right? And that is what happens. You are waiting for permission, and you just have to give yourself permission, and that's all you have to do, is give yourself permission, because you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for permission to say yes, but you were born for this. So you're at a point now that your inner child has been talking to you, it's been telling you it's ready. So we want to tap back into where that means and push forward. Okay, so Maureen said, so we're not talking about the negative part of your childhood. We're talking about when you were younger and when you knew you wanted to be that person. That is what your soul was meant to be. Okay, so say when you were little, you wanted to be a ballerina or something like that, or just let's throw out that, okay, for an option. That energy right there is the most powerful energy, because that's what you're born for. You're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Forget about what everyone said, or we're not going into there. We're just going into that feeling of what you really want it to be, and bring that feeling with you. It's just a feeling. It doesn't mean that you are not going to, we don't want to worry about where that, if we're going to accomplish that feeling. We want to go back to the feeling of, I was born for this and I'm ready for this. So that's why I'm saying give yourself the permission to be in there. That's it. Just we're going back to when you were untainted, when you were like a super, 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 just a being. I mean, like when I was younger, I had a lot of crap happen to me, but I still knew when I was younger that there had to be more to life. And that was my motto. And so for me, I go back to that energy and I'm always pulling into that energy. There has to be more in life. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I mean, that was something that I found true to myself, and I've never accomplished it, but I've accomplished so much more because I'm helping so many other people, because I went back and I healed my inner child by being okay with whatever was going on. And what I done, I have gone and taken the energy of knowing that I was meant for more and bringing that energy here. So now I am releasing anything else in my inner child and being fully in, I am here right now and I still have time to do exactly what I need. Does that make sense? Okay. What is the thing? So it's energy. Yes. Okay. So it is energy. And and when I say your soul was born to do a certain thing, what that means is we were all born on this earth for certain things. So there are people out there that love to just paint, right? That's what they were born to do. That's their magic. That's their frequency. That's when you see something, you're like, oh my God, they're a genius. It's because they're not distracted with anything else. They're completely in their mastery. Oh, hold on one second. Let me just, okay. They are completely in their mastery. Sorry. And so some people love just cutting lawns. Some people love just, being outside and gardening. It's that simple. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be this world renowned thing, but when you do it and you're in the flow and in the energy of doing that thing that you love, that's going to bloom into something else. When you start doing that thing that you love, it's going to bloom into something else, right? That creativity, when you turn that switch on there, what happens is it magnetizes and magnetizes and magnetizes, right? So for me, I do this one consistent thing every day, and what that does is made my brain so laser focused and completing that and being in that energy that I can magnetize my energy when I want to do something else and get it done so much easier because I have so mastered that one little simple act. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, awesome. So all right, so I'm just going to go over really fast and then we'll do the clearing because I know it's super probably late and it's late here. Don't want to keep you, and I just want to make sure that some of these things that I have notes on. So I'm going to tell you. When you're out of balance in your chakra, your hormones are imbalance, you have sexual problems, low libido, depression, you are excessive in indulging in things that are wasting your time, you can have addiction. So this all deals with out of balance for your physical body. Now, for your emotional body, it could be withdrawal, tension, fear, insecurity, unforgiving of yourself, respectful, you're very needy, irritable, controlling, guilty, and maybe a little shy. That's all for your emotional body, and this is out of balance for your physical and emotional body. Now, when you're in balance for your physical body, you feel fit, you're attractive, you're fertile, you have healthy libido, you're sensual, and you have your blood and your sugars and everything are in balance. That means you're not craving crazy foods and things that you don't need. When your emotional body is in alignment and you feel balanced, you are in that feminine energy. And that feminine energy it's you. It's not you wanting to be somebody else. It's you being you. So remember, we do need that masculine energy. You have both works together perfectly, but we lose our feminine energy and we feel like we don't need it because we step more into our masculine energy, right? So we definitely want to keep tuned into our feminine energy. This is forgiving. This is gentle. This is loving yourself. This is believing in yourself, having faith in everything you do, confidence, being friendly and joyful and energetic. Okay? Everyone's good? Awesome. And these are just very good things that we need to understand where we feel like we're out of balance and where we feel balanced. So I hope that if you connected with any things you were out of balance, and I know Maureen said the one thing, because weight definitely deals with an out of balance. When your physical body is in balance, you will feel more fit. You will feel, because what you're doing is believing you're more fit. You're feeling and you're creating this atmosphere, and you won't go down that aisle and buy those things that make you feel crappy after you eat them. Do you know what I mean? Because your mind's in a different place. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. All right, so let's go really fast into the clearing. I'll do that really good. And then I'll send you a list of some foods that you can use. And remember, water is a really good energy for this. So let me just get out of this thing really fast, and I'm going to go into the clearing. I want to make sure. All right, here we go, because I have to. All right, so for the clearing, we're going to be into our highest version of ourselves. And it's just going to be very, very, very simple and easy. I want to make sure that I am getting it and we're doing exactly what we need to do. I don't think I'm the right one here. Hold on one second. All right. So, all right. I just have to get in and make sure that we're in there. Okay, so for the clearing, I want you to be very calm. Go back and tap into your breathing. Say the VAM, VAM, connect to that. And I am going to read the clearing so that you are feeling in alignment and that everybody is working perfectly for what you need to be. I just have to make sure. I think it's better on this one. For some reason. All right. And I had it. Okay, so. All right, so we're ready. So we want to connect to our highest self. And let's connect to our highest self. So I want you to say, I am connecting to my highest version of myself. And so it's very important that you connect to the highest version of yourself. Make sure that you feel it. Think about what that is in your highest version of yourself. So what would that look like for you in your highest version of yourself? What would you be doing and what would you be feeling when you're in that highest version of yourself? Okay. So all right, so it is commanded by the laws of the golden liquid realms that all of the women that are going to be on this call are completely into the highest version of their self. We're fully engaged in our second chakra, and we are going to tap into the energy of our second chakra and into the emotional and physical state of all dimensions on all levels in our highest version of ourselves, to Deja and to Noe. I want you to just keep breathing, feeling the emotional part as you continue to say the VAM in your mind or in your voice, whatever feels good for you. Some people like to say it in their mind, some people like to say it verbally. It is commanded by the laws of the golden liquid realms and the powers of your highest version that the ultimate collaboration frequency command, Ahu code, be used to clear all occupants and all ids and all discarnates and personalities, etc., related to all of the women on this call, making sure that we are clearing up our second chakra and activating our highest frequency and potential and original divine function now. To Deja and to Doi. And just breathe out through. I want you to just focus in on your left fingertips and just seeing if you're feeling any subtle energy, because your left hand, you do receive any type of energy moving. You'll start to feel that around your palm or your fingertips. It's very slight. So just, it's okay if it's your first time ever realizing that. Don't go deep into that. Keep into your breath and just focus and be aware of your fingertips around your left hand. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And we want to tap into that energy. So for our next clearing, we want to make sure that we're going into our sacral and that we are focusing in on just releasing the energy of lack. So just let go and say, I feel abundance with every breath. That is the statement that you just want to go over and over. I feel abundance with every breath. So we're opening up all the dimensions, and I want you to really tap into that. And then we're just going to be almost done. So really make sure that you are feeling that and that you're owning that breath. So say to yourself, I feel the abundance with every single breath. I'm a feeling abundance with every single breath. Continue to do that. And so we are just going to do the last simple statement. I am free. I want you to just say that to yourself 10 times. I am free. I am free. I am free. You should start to feel this ease settle over your body. Excuse me. I am going to clear you again one more time with your energy. It is commanded by the laws of the golden liquid realms and the alkali powers that the sacral ultimate collaboration frequency command Ahu is used to clear all attachments and all unintended creations from all of the women in their second chakra and activate it to its highest frequency and potential and original divine function in the best way possible for all the women on the call in their second chakra and in line with their highest, with her highest self now. To Deja and to Doi. And I want you to just inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose and really feel the emotional release that is releasing from your body. I want you to tap into an orange light coming from the crown of your head, coming all the way down your spine, releasing down the front of your chest, coming through your hips, down through your legs, through your toes, and all the way down to the core. Imagine it going through the core of the earth. So imagine you going all the way down, imagining the inner core of the earth, right? That big flame that you were taught in school being inside of the earth, and just imagining that orange flame coming all the way through the crown of your head, all the way down, and releasing out through your feet and releasing down through the earth. Feeling the lightness and the calmness with every single breath. Tadeja and Tadoi. Good job. And start to just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just start to bring awareness back into your body. Feel the openness around you. Feel the calmness. What we did is just tapped into our body. We brought more awareness into the healing and the process that we can do within, right? And really connect with who we are. So I want to make sure that everyone's good and that you're fully awake. So shake your fingers a little bit and your toes and just make sure you're okay. And I'm going to unmute you. And I'm going to put this on pause really fast. So